this show, I can't believe this. They literally spent $1 bazillion. That's $1 billion plus Bezos. $1 bazillion. So they have incredible budgets for sets and costume and visual effects, but it's missing something. It's actually missing two things. They don't have a story, which you need a story to make these things work. That's how these artistic enterprises work. You need a story. And here's another important thing that I have to mention. These studios need to learn that basically after the trilogy, that these cinematic universes that they want to create, with rare exceptions, are really just barren and uninteresting. The marketing wants to tell you it's something new, but it's not. This is like Lord of the Rings Part 7 now. There was the original, brilliant, once-in-a-lifetime trilogy. Then there was the Hobbit trilogy, which I couldn't even watch. I didn't even finish the first one. It was so terrible. And now we have basically a prequel to the prequel trilogy. So they're going to run this thing out. It's going to be Lord of the Rings 7, 8, 9, probably all the way out to like 10, 11, 12, or 13 based on every season. Lucky 13 might be the season that just finally kills this thing off. Oh, and I have to mention this. This is how you know it's gotten totally ridiculous. They have to put, or they choose to put, I don't know, but they are putting, based off the appendices of the Lord of the Rings in the title. Like, like that's how absurd this has gotten. I think coming back to the story, like it's too broad. It's too much for them to handle. I know some people are going to say this is like how they're trying to build out the world, but it's just too broad for this group of people to handle and to put together an interesting or compelling, cohesive narrative. In the 2 hours that I've seen, almost all of it feels like filler. And that's really important. I'm going to get back to that in a second. It's actually somehow worse than filler. If you're a even moderate, I would say, Lord of the Rings fan, Tolkien fan, this should actually come with a trigger warning because it's going to give you an aneurysm because of basically how far they have chosen to depart from any notion of established canon. And by depart from established canon, I mean not really use it at all. The other thing they just don't have are actors. And kind of a function of that is characters. In the Lord of the Rings movies, we've all been extremely fortunate enough to see these iconic actors in these archetypal roles. So when I see Orlando Bloom as Legolas, I'm immediately interested. I want to see more. When I see Ian McKellen as Gandalf, I immediately want to see more. When I see Elijah Wood as Frodo Baggins, I immediately want to see more. He fits the role. Like, you want to immediately spend more time with them. And all the folks I just mentioned are probably like actual serial killers because they have this thing called charisma, where when they walk in a room, no matter what's going on, you notice who they are and you want to know what they've been doing, what they're doing now, and what they're going to be doing in the future. And here's the other thing, right? From the jump in the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, I know that the important characters are Gandalf, Frodo, Aragorn, and Legolas. I know that within like 45 minutes. By comparison, the Rings of Power is just a bunch of NPCs. They spent $1 billion and it feels like just a bunch of NPCs executing their chat scripts while they wait for like the players to get here and actually like do something. But I will say this, God damn, it was better than the Wheel of Time.